guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Warriors had a lot of success with Splash Brother, but Klay Thompson left. The Warriors are investing in young players, and a new player has arrived and could make an impact. New Splash Brother arrives at Warriors. Is there a new set of Splash Brothers in San Francisco? I wouldn't go that far just yet. However, former Pitt star Blake Hinson recently signed an Exhibit 10 deal with the Golden State Warriors, and now has a chance to suit up alongside the greatest shooter of all time, Stephen Curry. Check out the video that the Warriors' social media team shared of Hinson and his teammates practicing. In the video, Hinson is shown completing a drill with a spin move and a layup. Hinson signed his deal with the Warriors just weeks ago after being waived by the Los Angeles Lakers, his first team. An Exhibit 10 contract allows Hinson to compete for a two-way spot in training camp, Pitt said in a press release. The Warriors can also retain his G League rights if he does not make the NBA roster, which will allow him to play for the Santa Cruz Warriors. Hinson went undrafted in the 2024 NBA draft, but quickly after, signed a two-way deal with the Lakers and new head coach J.J. Redick. Hinson played in the NBA Summer League for the Lakers alongside Bronny James and company. In the Summer League, Hinson had 2 games in which he hit at least 5 three-pointers. In his final game on July 21, Hinson lit up the Chicago Bulls for 25 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists in a dominant win for his Lakers squad. After the Summer League slate concluded, Hinson returned to Pitt, just months after leaving his home of 2 years. Last week, Blake came back and he practiced with us, Pitt head coach Jeff Capel said at the time. None of the 5-on-5 stuff, just the shooting stuff. Then, he got up in the morning and he got some of the guys that are in that position, the wing forwards, so to speak. He left Summer League and came straight here, Capel continued. I asked him, why, a little bit surprised by that. He's like, well, Justin Champagny did that for us, and so I wanted to make sure I was back with these guys working out with them. I never even thought about that. I didn't know Justin did that. So that was really cool. Bub Carrington, Hinson, and Champagny were all in the building for Zoo Crew's run in the basketball tournament. Hinson, a 6'8" forward from Deltona, Florida, is coming off a final season in Pittsburgh in which he averaged 18.8 points and 4.6 rebounds per game, shooting 45.4% from the field, 42.1% from beyond the arc, on 261 attempts, and 66.9% from the free throw line. He hit the 20-point mark 14 times last season, erupting for a career-high 41 points in a win against Louisville. He earned first-team All-ACC honors following his final season in Pittsburgh, setting numerous program records, including 3 points in a season, 110, and 3-pointers in a game, 9, against West Virginia in December. Between the end of the roster and two-way contracts, the Warriors still have roster uncertainties as training camp gets underway. Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the Warriors front office will still have some decisions to make by the end of the preseason, so let's have a look at each of those and who exactly is battling for what. 1. Could Warriors use vacant spot? At one point a couple of weeks ago, the Warriors appeared to have 22 signed players, but a number of cuts meant their official training camp roster sits at 20. That's actually one less than the maximum allowed, leaving one spot available in which to be able to make a move. It's unlikely that any addition would be for the purpose of making the Golden State roster, but as pointed out by @Suckba on X, Twitter, it could be used to sign and waive a player or two to fill out the G League roster in Santa Cruz. 2. Which two of Lindy Waters 3, Gue Santos and Kevin Knox 2? Now on to more important business. The real roster intrigue currently surrounds whether former 9th overall pick Kevin Knox 2 can impress enough to win a main roster spot over Lindy Waters 3 or Gue Santos. Waters and Santos both have non-guaranteed contracts, while Knox is on a E10 deal. It's perhaps unlikely at this stage that Knox will earn a deal to stick with Golden State beyond preseason, but some impressive performances in the next couple of weeks could shift that entirely. For what it's worth, Waters was traded for during the offseason and did do a press conference during Media Day, suggesting that the Warriors' choice might come down to Santos or Knox. 3. Can Hinson or Rowe steal two-way spot? It may not be quite as important as the main roster uncertainty above, but fans will still be interested to see if Golden State make any changes to their two-way contracts. One only has to look at the backlash the franchise received for waiving Daquan Plowden to understand the interest. Plowden made way for 52nd overall pick Quinton Post, who is certain to remain. However, former Lakers sharpshooter Blake Hinson, or forward Jackson Rowe, both on training camp contracts, have the opportunity to impress enough to win a spot over incumbent two-way contracted players Pat Spencer and Reese Beekman. Knox cannot be on a two-way contract, given his 6 years of NBA experience already.